So, the Vanoss crew is in trouble. Now, recently, some serious allegations have come out against members of the Vanoss crew. Omrecker, a former friend of the Vanoss crew, went onto Drama Alert and alleged that H2O Delirious and Wildcat were talking to minors.
Delirious, allegedly, his friends were worried that he was talking inappropriately to someone underage, right? They set him up and send a girl to go flirt with him or something, and then he engages in some, online.
Ultimately, basically, I do work, and a guy named Executioner collaborated with a girl named Briellen, and she's 17 years old. They wanted her to record what went down with Delirious, how things went, and you can see the screenshots between them. And again, I've heard about this situation before. And look at, there's even screenshots with Wildcat engaging Briellen when she was 17, saying really inappropriate stuff. You could see signs that, in my opinion, it's grooming. It wasn't just Briellen, it was Meow Michelle. And there's several other girls, too, that we were finding that were interacting with different guys. They were soliciting nude.
Now, when this video came out, a lot of people didn't believe it, because apparently Omrecker has this history of making things up and trying to expose the Vanoss crew. But then H2O Delirious came out and basically confirmed these allegations. This right here is what H2O Delirious had to say. Screw Ohm, that manipulative POS. He's not the saint that he claims. All his lies and twists because two groups decided they didn't want to play games with him. Allegedly, he did the same thing to Markiplier. Ask him why he cheated on his RL girlfriend he likes to keep secret. I'm currently trying to be happy and raise my child and be good at having a family, but constantly had Ohm in my messages every day with some crazy questions and paranoia or blaming me when it wasn't my game sessions because people didn't like him. And this is what he does. I do want to address one thing that has been said that has been completely misrepresented. It's something I continued. It's something I have for many years been embarrassed about and destroyed my trust for years. I never wanted to have to talk about this. I still don't. It's being forced on me. 9 years ago, two people thought it would be funny to do something really messed up as a form of hazing me. It's no secret I was easily excited and got very crude when I was in my early 20s. Someone I would played with a few times prior on Xbox messaged me saying they were only wearing a towel. This caught my attention and interest. She invited me to a voice call, and this led to the equivalent of phone sex. At the time, I did not know her or anything about her. I was just excited a woman was coming onto me out of nowhere. This was before any of us were big on YouTube. I was dumb. A week or so later, I started hearing from the group about an audio recording of me with her. I was shocked, felt violated, betrayed, and to this day, I can't bring myself to fully forgive them for this. It came to light that the two got the lady to message me, coming on to me and saying those things just to record it. She was on a call with them the whole time, and they recorded it and shared it. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed still. I, to this day, don't know if this part is true, but while I was being taunted for it, they also said the woman wasn't a woman at all yet and was only 17. I don't know if she was or if it was just to make me feel worse. I was furious with everyone involved, but at the advice of others in the group that it was best we all cut the crap and move on. I let it go. Now it's being brought back to light, and I hate to have to talk about it. I don't want to name who. They knew who they are. It sucks. And that's when basically I Do Work responded by saying this. It was me. It was a terrible thing to do. I've apologized to Delirious dozens of times over the years. I don't blame him for not forgiving me. The entire plan started and stopped at get him to turn on his webcam and do a face reveal. Now, obviously, that entire situation is just messed up, and I have no idea if this girl was actually 17 years old, but if she was, the fault lies on basically I Do Work and the people that set up H2O Delirious. Now, I Am Wildcat also responded to these allegations by saying this. Ohm is one of the dumbest people I've had the misfortune of meeting on YouTube. He has gone on Drama Alert to make accusations with zero evidence or proof. I thought he'd at least be smart enough to make a video on his own channel, but it seems he sucks worse at YouTube than I thought. Ohm has been threatening to expose us with this stuff for months behind the scenes. I've had a 40-year-old man spending hours upon hours going back through tweets from nearly a decade ago trying to find pieces to fit a puzzle he has created in his mind. I could go off non-stop, but I'm gonna leave it at that. And then a fan of the Vanoss crew basically made up some false allegations against H2O Delirious and sent this to Omrecker, and Omrecker actually tweeted this out. And that's when Wildcat made some more tweets just throwing shade at Omrecker, and then Omrecker tweeted out this. I am so tired of people bringing up this Markiplier garbage. Jack was the source of it, not me. Here's me bringing up with him again in 2020, where he downplayed it. Again, I was not the source of it. The one time I mentioned it to Mark, he blocked me. This was raised because Wildcat and Delirious have tried to to accuse me of falsely accusing Markiplier. I was not the source. They brought it to Twitter again, as have misinformed haters. Look at the screenshot yourself. Jack doesn't dispute it at all. So apparently, Jacksepticeye actually made some allegations against Markiplier. Now, I really don't know the context of any of this. I have no idea that there were even allegations against Markiplier. But Omrecker said this to Jacksepticeye. Sean, I would hope that you would consider speaking out about Markiplier in the midst of everything going on. Unless you were actively lying to me at the time, and others were as well, including those on Maker Studios. The fans should have been protected years ago, and stories should have been heard. This is the time to do better. You and Mark continue to this day to speak out about issues, so here's your chance. And Jacksepticeye responded to Omrecker by saying this. This was a long time ago, when I had never actually met Mark in person. I was kind of mad at him at the time, because I looked up to him so much, but he wasn't what I expected when I played with him. So I listened to gossip and rumors. I never had any actual hard evidence or anything like that. When I met him for the first time and talked about it, he told me that they weren't true. I've also never heard anything like that about him since. So apparently, when Jacksepticeye first played with Markiplier, he didn't seem like the person he thought he was. So Jacksepticeye believed these rumors and allegations that he had heard, and he told them to Omrecker. Now, obviously, since all of that happened, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier have gone on to be friends. So if these allegations were true, or if Jacksepticeye truly had something against Markiplier, then I doubt they would have gone on to create their clothing brand and make videos together. But obviously, this is something that I never expected to see. I didn't know that there were ever allegations against Markiplier, and the fact that Jacksepticeye was going around spreading these allegations is just crazy. So I guess we have to wait for Markiplier or Jacksepticeye to say anything about this. It seems to me that Omrecker just has this vendetta against the Vanoss crew. So far, there's no serious evidence about any of these allegations. And yes, people like Minilad and people like Louis Caliber have been exposed for doing terrible things, but that doesn't mean that the entire group is guilty of that. And I think Omrecker is just trying to connect all of this together. People are saying the reason that he's doing all of this is because Vanoss doesn't want to play with him anymore, and because of that, his channel is dying. I really don't know the truth about that. I have not really been following this Vanoss drama really closely. All I know is the Minilad situation, and I've heard a little bit about Louis Caliber. I really wasn't a big fan of Vanoss back in the day. I just watched some of their videos occasionally. I really don't know much about the situation. I guess all we can do now is just wait for more information to come out, but from what has been shown so far, it seems like H2O Delirious and I Am Wildcat are innocent, especially since I Do Work came out and basically confirmed that he was the one who set up H2O Delirious. So yeah, these are just my thoughts on this entire situation. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel.